Fanfic Corner, presented by Jennifer. Nala's Tears, Chapter 19. Okay, for those of you who have not yet seen the first few videos for Nala's Tears, I suggest you go view those now, as this is a continuation of that story. Upon returning to Pride Rock that night, Sarafina doted on Mitsu the entire night. I left Mitsu in Sarafina's care and went to sit at the edge of Pride Rock. My heart felt heavy in my chest, and I needed some space from the confines of the Pride. Malka's betrayal hurt worse than anything I've ever felt before. I trusted him. I was prepared to give him everything one day. And after all, he was my friend. How could he do this to me? What right did he have? Rage fueled my actions, and I unsheathed my claws to slash at the rock beneath my paws. I kept slashing, ignoring the stinging pain. My claws caught on the rock, and my paws started to bleed. After a while, I stopped and stared at the rock beneath me, at the blood that splattered the scratches. No one emerged from the cave to check on me. They were all too concerned about Mitsu and listening to Malka as he explained what happened. The hyenas didn't say a word about what I learned in the tunnels. I didn't want to tell anyone. That would mean that I had to admit it was true. Overhead, the sky blackened as the sun descended behind Pride Rock. The stars emerged, dotting the inky sky with light. I looked at the stars, at the claw moon suspended in the sky. My mind flew back to that night with Simba when we sat here staring at the stars. We talked about the great kings and wondered about the world. How naive we were. I stood up and headed towards the slope. For a moment I stared into the cave. Scar sat there as he listened to what Malka told him. Sarafina and Isa checked Mitsu for any serious injuries. Then Malka's gaze found me, and I froze. He wouldn't look away, so I did. Down the slope I ran, slipping and sending rocks crashing to the slope, down the slope. When my paws hit the ground, I started running. My legs blurred beneath me, and I didn't stop running. No destination awaited me. I just needed to run, to lull myself into the fantasy that I could escape. But I never could. I almost careened off the rock that overhung the watering hole, but I skidded to a stop. The water was calm and clear, perfectly reflecting the night sky. My anger had not ebbed, so I kicked a stone into the water, watching the ripples disturb the peace. My body was shaking. I needed to release my anger, but nothing seemed to help. In defeat, I plopped down on the rock and stared into the pool of water. The surface gradually calmed until it was tranquil again. My reflection stared back at me, and I saw how broken I felt. I didn't want to have Scar's cub. He scared me, and I would feel violated beyond belief. It would be something that I would never outrun, no matter how hard I tried. That cub would always be a part of me, even if I didn't want it to be. A snarl found my face, twisting into an ugly expression. I stood up and roared, releasing my anger into the air. It didn't help. Nothing helped. Was I just supposed to accept my fate? Shaking, I turned and headed back to Pride Rock. What was I supposed to do? I couldn't run away. I didn't know how to hunt on my own, and I'd probably be killed. Plus, I couldn't leave Sarafina and Mitsu. We already lost Jahi. I couldn't do that to him. Tama and Kula would never forgive me. But Malka, him I would run to the ends of the savannah to escape. Each pause step towards Pride Rock was forced heavy. My body fought me every step of the way. I didn't want to go back because I'd have to face Malka and eventually Scar. If what Shenzi said was true, then I could never escape it. In the distance, I saw Pride Rock. Over it, the moon hung in the sky, bathing the giant rock formation in silver light. I took a deep breath and continued towards it. Maybe I could confide in Tama. She could get me through this. Perhaps I could speak to Sarabi about more fighting lessons. If I could defend myself, then maybe I stood a chance. Yes, I decided that's what I'll do. I'll train so hard until my legs collapse from beneath me and my heart explodes. I'll do anything to prevent myself from becoming the king's mistress.